Hi everyone, welcome. In our last few lessons in this course, we've been looking at descriptive adjectives in Spanish. We are going to review what we've learned so far, and towards the end of the lesson, I will add some new information. So let's get started with the review. The first thing is remember that adjectives describe nouns. It's the word that we add to a noun to spice it up. I like to think of adjectives as the condiments of the parts of speech. So think about your salt, pepper, mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup. You add it to give your meal more flavor. Well, we add adjectives to nouns to give them more flavor, more description, more information. The word adjective comes from Latin. The literal meaning of the part ject is a form of the word to throw, and then add literally means to. So think of it as a word that we throw to the noun to give it more information. In Spanish, adjectives agree in grammatical gender and in number with the nouns or the pronouns that they describe. The basic adjective in Spanish is one that ends in O or OR, and these adjectives have four forms. I like to call them four-form adjectives, obviously. So the word for tall, the default form is usually the masculine singular form. This is the form that you'll find in a dictionary. So alto, alta, altos, altas are the forms that you'll use depending on the noun or the pronoun that you're using. Adjectives that end in E or another consonant have the same masculine and feminine forms. So we have just two forms. I like to call these two-form adjectives. So inteligente and inteligentes. One of the first tricky things that you'll encounter when you're trying to use adjectives in Spanish is you'll come across a situation where you want to pick an adjective that will describe different genders. In this case, you use the masculine plural form. So look at the example here. For tall, if I say Luis is tall, I will use alto because Luis is grammatically and biologically masculine. Luis es alto. Ana, grammatically feminine and of course biologically feminine, so Ana es alta. If you want to say Luis and Ana are tall, you have a situation where you have the two different genders here. So you're trying to decide, okay, altos or altas, well, what is the rule? The rule is simply, in the case of different genders, just use the masculine plural form. So we would use altos. So Luis y Ana son altos. We also learned some common adjectives of nationality. Many of them have four forms, some of them have two forms. Then we looked at the position of adjectives, and the rule is, in Spanish, adjectives generally follow the noun. So if I want to say the difficult class, in Spanish I literally have to say the class difficult. Of course, when you translate this back to English, it means the difficult class. It's just a different word order for Spanish. If you want to say the old car, you literally have to say the car old, el carro viejo. If you want to say the nice teacher, you literally have to say the teacher nice, la maestra simpática. So remember, adjectives generally follow the noun in Spanish. So here's the new information in this lesson. There is an exception. Remember that adjectives generally follow the noun, and the reason we say generally is because there are exceptions. And one of the exceptions is in the case of adjectives of quantity. So an adjective of quantity like mucho, which means much, many, or a lot, these adjectives are placed before the noun. So if I want to say in Spanish, I don't have a lot of time, I'm going to use one of the forms of mucho, of course. So time is el tiempo. It's masculine and singular, so we're going to pick mucho. And remember, you have to put it in front of the noun. So instead of saying tiempo mucho, you would say mucho tiempo. I don't have a lot of time. No tengo mucho tiempo. If I want to say there are a lot of people here or there are many people here, either way you say it, in English it means the same thing. So in Spanish, that's just mucho, a form of mucho that we use. So the word people is la gente. It's actually a singular noun, and you have to pick the feminine singular form because it's la gente. So we would pick mucha. So gente, instead of saying gente mucha, it comes before, say mucha gente. There are a lot of people here. Hay mucha gente aquí. I have a lot of books, or I have many books. In Spanish, tengo muchos libros. Again, los libros is masculine plural, so muchos, the masculine plural form. Tengo muchos libros. He has a lot of keys, or he has many keys. So the word for keys is las llaves. It's a feminine plural, so we're going to pick this form. Él tiene muchas llaves. So remember, the moral of the story is, the grammatical story is, adjectives of quantity like mucho are placed before the noun. So we have mucho tiempo, not tiempo mucho. We have mucha gente, not gente mucha. We have muchos libros, not libros muchos. And we have muchas llaves, not llaves muchas. Place the adjective of quantity before the noun, and that's it. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, I would appreciate it very much if you'd give it a like. To continue learning Spanish and go on to the next lesson, the lesson that follows this one will appear here on the screen, so just click on that. And thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Hasta pronto.